Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the differences between the Sumner jack stand and the B&B jack stand. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know about the grinder holder and the fab table that is available on the arosswelding website. This for sure is listed. This may not be listed yet, but it will be soon on the arosswelding.com/shop website. Both are compatible with both jack stands. This is grinder holder, and essentially I guess you could hang your stinger right here is what this little groove is for. It's got a set screw and it slides over the V head itself. This fab table comes with this pipe that is the same size as this pipe, and it just takes the place. You just pull this pipe out and slide the pipe down in too. It's got a little angle piece broke in right here. It's got two cutouts right here for your big torch and your little torch to change out the torch tip a little easier. Your grinder holder, stinger, and this is for a hammer, but I hang my stinger here a lot, and this, I'm not sure what it's for, but you could also hang your stinger there. These two loops here are for your 2-foot square to slide in here. This plate was an add-on. I added this on so I could clamp this in my vise so I could carry it on my truck. But yeah, two handy little tools. First things first, grab your coffee. Let me know in the comments, do you drink coffee when it's 110 outside or just during the winter? I drink coffee year round, no matter what. But that means I also got to have a hanky because it is 110,000 degrees in Oklahoma right now. So anyway, grab your coffee if you're a coffee drinker, water if you're a water drinker. Excuse the locusts or whatever if you can hear them. First thing I want to start with is the lowest height. Actually, let's start at the base. So I read the specs on these online, and I had never done this before because I literally bought these Sumner jack stands years ago. This is the brand that I've used the most over the years. You'll be able to tell just from the wear and tear. I just got these like a year ago. I've used these the most just because that's what was available to me at that local welding supply that I worked at right after high school. So I know more about these than I do these from experience, and that's the way I would prefer to talk about products, is experience-based, because I just think that's the truest form of information. So, but some of these I've never measured until today because I never really wondered or cared or needed to know, but I'm glad I'm finding out today. So the width on the Sumner, like the base, is showing roughly 22 inches from here to here. The width on the B&B is showing roughly 24 inches base. The minimum height, you could call it a little over 29 to the bottom of the V head, but I also like to know this measurement because of my fabbing experience. The measurement I always go by is right here, because to slide it underneath your project, you kind of need to know this measurement. Again, I've never actually known the measurement, just whatever I'm working on. If it fits underneath it, great. If it don't, I have to figure out a way to get it up and get it up over my jack stand. But for the sake of this video, we've got 30, I'm gonna say 31 1/4 to be safe. It's like 31 1/8 exact measurement, but so 31 1/4, and then roughly 29 1/4 to the V. On the B&B, we've got 27 to the V. On the highest part of the V head, we've got 28 3/4. So a little bit shorter at its minimum, a little bit wider of a base at the B&B. The V heads that come with the B&B are roughly 9 inches, a little less than 9 inches by 2 3/4. The Sumner V head is 7.5 by 2 3/4. These are both rated for 2,500 pounds. The V part is rated for 2,500 pounds. I assume the whole jack stand is rated for 2,500 pounds. I've never known that either. Now I know. So thanks to you all and the YouTube channel, we know now the rated capacity of these is 2,500 pounds. All right, next let's find out how tall these things will go. So I made a mark 3 inches. I made a mark 3 inches from the bottom of this pipe, just so we could get a accurate measurement. I'm gonna put that right at the lowest part of this washer, and then I'm gonna spin this all the way down. One thing I do like about the B&B over there is it's got a little ring right here to keep this washer from falling out, as where the Sumner does not. All right, the B&B to the bottom of the V head, or to the lowest part of the V head, is 48 inches and a quarter, 48 1/4 inches. And the highest part of the V, I'm gonna call it 50 1/4. The Sumner, 50 1/4 to the lowest, 52 1/8 to the highest. Both have a set screw up here, and the B&B has a set screw down here, which is nice in some scenarios to have a little bit more sturdiness to your stand. One thing that I've noticed myself, and I've actually asked buddies that have had these for a long time, is the washer. When letting these down, the washer on the B&B, I don't know if a guy could sand some of this coating off if it would help or what. I don't know if you can adjust this, but not just from myself, from the little experience I've had, but also from guys that I've known that have had these for a while. This washer it gets stuck frequently on the B&B, and I do not know why that is. So that is a common thing with the B&B. But if you get any jack stand in a bind, sometimes this washer will kind of get in a bind, and my habit is to always just tap it with a hammer, or if you don't have anything on your stands and you don't have a hammer handy, I just pull this out. Like if I'm putting my jack stands away, I pull this out and I just tap this. Just a little jack stand tip right here in the middle of the video. All right, one last thing I want to go over is the fold up dimension. All right, in my latest rig tour video, if you haven't seen it, we'll put a link in the description. A couple of mods that I made to my welding truck since I've been pipelining. One of those mods was I put some 3/4 inch cold roll sticking up off my bed to slide my jack stand on. The reason I bring that up is because, side note, before we go any further with that, 3/4 inch, I believe 7/8 would work, but a lot of guys like myself just use 3/4, so it's not as tight. By roughly 18 inches, 16 to 18 inches, just that way it slides over enough to, keep this from falling over or bouncing off while you're going down the road. The B&B actually has a bigger hole down here, so you could use bigger pipe on the B&B. But back to what I was saying, the reason I like to carry the Sumner on my truck is because they have a tighter fold up, I can fit more in a smaller space. They have a smaller footprint whenever they're folded up. So the B&B has a footprint of roughly, I'm gonna say 8 inches that way. Put a straight edge back there, by 7 this way. So 7 at its skinniest, not including this guy. This sticks out more than 7 inches. So roughly 8 inches, possibly 9 including this, as far as the compact state. And then the height, your overall height would be 32 1/2. You might just call it 33 to be safe. So I would say overall folded up 33 by, if that's 7, let me see here. Let me get I'm gonna go with 10 to be for sure. If I was fabricating something to like a trunk or something on my welding bed, I would want 33 by 10 safely to catch this. One more thing, the B&B does have a handle right here. The Sumners, back whenever I bought my very first 4 jack stands, did not come with a handle. The new ones do come with a little handle, but I never used the handle. I'm so used to picking it up right here. I just cut them off to save space. You can see where I cut it off. But anyway, let's get to the overall compact of the Sumner. We got 6 inches by, about 6. 6 is tight. I would call it 7, but I mean, it technically is 6 or less. I didn't have it pushed all the way in. Or 6, I guess you could call it 6, but again, you got this guy up here that kind of sticks out. So if I was fabbing something, I would definitely say 7. 7 inches by 30, we got 34 type measurement, but I would say 34 1/2. So 34 1/2 by 7 to get your set screw and everything on the Sumner. One more thing that I learned about I believe it was the Sumner, whenever I was reading the specs on both of these online, was I believe the Sumner said this V-head will hold up to 24-inch pipe. I would say that's fair. Now, I don't know, it's been a while since I've had 24-inch in a jack stand, but just so you are aware, they do make 4-legged jack stands and bigger jack stands for bigger pipe. So overall, just be careful. Anyway, overall, I like both jack stands. Like I said, my main years of experience has been with the Sumner, but I like things about both jack stands. I really do. I like the wider base on this. I like that it's got a set screw. I like how these fold up tighter. I use these in my shop because they don't fold up as tight, so I like to carry these in my truck. Keep these in my shop for more like fine tuning fabrication, you know, since it's got this set screw. But overall, both really good jack stands. That's my opinion. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. Thank y'all for coming along with me today. Don't forget to check out the arosswelding website for anything that you've seen in this video. The soapstone that I carry, the brass soapstone, the stickers that you see from time to time, learn something every day, the emoji stickers, the come on stickers, arosswelding.com. Thank y'all for watching, and remember, learn something every day.